Hi, lovely people. We're playing the game of Whites and Knuckles again. I mean, that's the only thing I really play, because I'm a little freaky nerd or whatever. Um, because, yeah, this game's got updates. More updates, it's so cool. It's really cool, actually. I really love the updates. It's weird to me, because, like, the only other early access game I really play is Ultra Kill, I guess, Subnautica 2 now, but shush. Um, it's basically just Ultra Kill, and that game is very different in its like early access cycle in that we get like really big updates like once a year, if that. No, yeah, once a year. It's never more than once a year, I don't think. I guess Rebound took ages, but whatever. And then we get like I don't know, one or two hotfixes like immediately after. And then that's kind of the update, and most of it's fixed really quickly, and it's just like it's very concise. Like it's all in the big major update mostly. But this game's very different. It's much like we obviously had like the big nest, the big new region, and that brought so many changes. Then we had the hotfix to like change a few bugs, and now we're just kind of getting some consistent updates, like fixing perks and stuff, which is really interesting. I love that. I love the changes. I think all of them are really, really good. I want to talk about if you get anomalous. I want to try it because I haven't tried it in campaign yet. That's such a good change. A lot of like the profit motive stuff is cool. I still wish they would do like different tiers of roaches, give different tiers of buffs, but whatever. Same thing for the anomalous discs. Actually, I think that would have been cool, but you know they might have a reason not to. I like how you can stack it. I like, stacking Carnal Bloodlust. I think that was the thing before, but it's interesting. And I think it kind of comes down to, like, the style of game more than, like, the developers. Because White Knuckle's such a, like... Obviously, it's like a roguelite, so you have all the character upgrades, and those need to be balanced. Whereas... And that's a very much, like... That's very, it changes a lot. It's very variable. Whereas... Ultra Kill is a much more definite game in that... Oh, shit. Go for it. Yeah, Ultra Kill is a much more definite game in that you have your arsenal and it's on the player to make changes to that, whereas in White Knuckle it's also on the player to, adapt to your perks and stuff, but a lot of it's on, like, what the game gives you. And because of that, it needs to balance it and make changes constantly to accommodate that. And I don't know, I think that's cool. I never really considered that, because I don't play roguelites at all, really. I mean, I've played Hades a bit. I haven't beat it, because I kind of suck ass. I don't play isometric games. After my last video, just yapping about Nest, I tried to do a bit of Endless Nest, a bit of Endless Superstructure, just trying out, like, what the hell? Okay, just trying out, like, the Endless Nest formula. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking hard. It's like really hard. I'm gonna go up to Grubhub because it's Grubhub. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how I feel about it, because right now I'm a bit like, okay, do I just dislike it because I'm bad? I'm a little loser and I can't handle like not being good at something immediately. Because I've had that for Endless Abyss until I, like, got good. Or is this actually just, like, it doesn't fit the Endless formula, Nest as a whole, and how, like, the combat takes center stage. Whereas, I think, like, yeah, I don't know, it's really weird to me. I think, like, Infested Labs and Feeding Trough, they work really well. Maybe Feeding Trough less, but again, that's harder, so I would say that, wouldn't I? Yeah, I don't know, because I think this has kind of swayed me into thinking that it's the combat and how that, like, kind of conflicts with the speed you need in Endless, or at least how, like, Endless is designed for Nest right now and how it encourages speed. But yeah, I don't know, because obviously Hot Zone is such a combat-centric area, like, so combat-centric. And that's, like, the hardest region. I mean, obviously, like, Hot Zone is meant to be hard, but I think its scale is getting harder and harder as the mask gets faster and faster. It's very claustrophobic. It's not even, like, physically the room isn't that small. It's just, it's claustrophobic in that the denizens are fucking everywhere. You don't have much breathing space because you're constantly preoccupied. And I don't know, to me, it doesn't really work with endless. Like, we haven't seen that before in any other region. I think it works perfectly for campaign, just because in campaign, I've already been up here. In campaign, it's very much like, you know, the mass isn't getting faster and faster. The mass is going at a decent speed where you need to be worried, but, you know, you're not fighting for your life. And it's going at a million miles per hour. And you don't have, like, so many perks that it gets uncontrollable. And blah, 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 blah. I think it's a really good thing they prioritize Nest for the campaign, because obviously that's where new players are going to interact with it. That's where it's made for, basically. It would be silly for them to prioritize a secondary mode. But it just doesn't fit. They need something to change. I don't know, because, for example, in Delta Labs, the mass slows down like a billion times. And I think that's good, because Delta Labs, you're crawling around in the vents. You don't have enough breathing room to be fast as fuck. I'm going to kill you because you add to my score. So, you know, that's good. And I think they need something like that for Hot Zone. Just Hot Zone, nothing else. Because, like, again, I think Infested Labs is fine. Because the Hunter, you know, is obviously adapted for that area. It's the same with, like, they don't have the mass in the Abyss, obviously, because that would be dumb. They just have the face, and that gets faster and faster. In the same way, in that, like, the Hunter's made for Infested Labs. So, I don't know, yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I think Feeding Trough is fine, they don't need to slow it down there, because you can just start zooming through that, because it's such a, like, liberal area, in terms of, it's just, like, straight up. But then again, I don't know, maybe I am just, okay, come on, there we go. Maybe I am just a little crybaby, and I can't handle having a difficult game that I'm not good at. I'm like, wow. And I just need to, like, lock in and, like, get used to the region. But I don't know, that's, like, the general consensus. And I think it's furthered by, obviously, like, all the cranks and the valves and shit. Obviously, that's really cool for campaign Nest, because it's like, whoa, multitasking. We haven't seen this level of interaction and prior action in, like, the world before. And it's like that advancement on silos where it would, like, automatically open up the door, but now you need to, like, have presence in the level. And I think that's awesome display of, like, progression in level design. Very cool. Endless though, no, that's just fucking tedious. It's really bad. It's like, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't work at all, because again, you're freaking out because you need to go fast. The last thing you want is something that needs a fair bit of precision. But yeah, also the bazaar. I've been spending more time with the bazaar, and I love it more and more each time I find him. It's really cool. It fits into the gameplay loop so well. Which I didn't expect. Well, I did expect, because, like, you know, it's going to be good if these developers made it. But like, yeah, the more I play with it, the more and more it grows on me. I think it's just a really cool thing this game needed, honestly. I mean, I didn't need it. I wouldn't have missed it if I didn't know it could have happened. I think there's probably a more concise phrase for that, but you get the idea. Also, the Steam, Jesus. But I honestly can't see this game without the bazaar now. I think it's just really cool. And I like how you can, like, you know, with experience you learn all the spawns and stuff. With, like, the scanner. Yeah, it's a really cool part of this game. It's like, because it's so multifaceted, because you can get, like, look at this, you can get roaches from this, or lives. You can, you know, focus on combat. This is kind of shit, though. I don't know why you would buy this. It's 15, which is insane. This is all kind of shit. I'm just going to buy this for the love of the game. I can give you this because I don't need it anymore. I think he does spawn in Infested Labs, but I never see him. I have too many fucking injectors, so take it. Okay, you know what? If we have too many injectors... Sure, that's perfect pricing. It makes you really consider what you need to take with you as well. Because even if you have something in your inventory that you think you won't use, it's like, okay, is this valuable in the bazaar? And it's like, yes, it is. So, like, nice, another layer of complexity in the inventory. It's cool. It's awesome. Yeah. But I wish they would, like, expand it beyond Underworks. I don't know where, though, because, like, yeah, I guess it makes sense that it's only in Underworks, like, from a storytelling perspective, gameplay perspective as well. I suppose it does make sense. I thought I was cooked there. But yeah, I guess like it does also make sense because it's like you kind of advance your player at the beginning of the game before habitation, and it like then you start using all your stuff after that. So I get it, and obviously like the start of Ascent, you kind of need a boost. So I guess that's why it's there. But yeah, I don't know. It would be cool to see it. I guess yeah, we see it in Nest, which makes sense. Which is nice, I guess. I said this last time. Fuck. Okay. I still wish there was a facility upgrade that opened that door for easier access to do the toilet skip. Because I think that would be like, I don't know, really cool. Even if it's like an optional thing, like you still have the elevator here. It's just it opens this door so you can more easily grab up there or something. It would be cool, or even just a ladder, like a little drop down ladder, like in Nest. Yeah, I said that last time, but I don't know. It would be really cool. It's also cool. Like I saw Holly or like Dark Machine YouTube thing on a comment section said they were planning on adding a facility upgrade that adds like the ability to re-roll your perk again. I think that's cool. And I was thinking like in perks in general. I mean, I was thinking they need a rework perks in general. Because I watched this really good video. I'll probably put it in the description about Nest, but it also kind of went into like how the new perks synergize, and then it kind of expands into the further thoughts on perks. And it got me thinking, I don't know, it'd be cool if we got a rework, because he talked about how like there should be a way to encourage more synergy between perks, and as more and more perks are added, you kind of lose the ability to do that, just because your pool is bigger and there's smaller chances for the specific perks you want, blah 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 blah. Which is kind of like roguelites in general, but he has a point, and I agree. Because synergy is really fun. It's like, for example, Carnal Bloodlust has the cleaver on its icon, and it's such a good synergy with the cleaver artifact. Oh fucking okay, these are kind of shit. This shouldn't cost 10 roaches, absolutely not. I think it's a good perk. Well, okay, it's not really that good. It needs a rework. And when I say rework, I don't mean like specific perks need a rework. I think like the whole system. I don't know. Again, I don't know how they would do this, because I think a lot of the perks on their own right now are really good. Like they're really well concisely designed. They fit into the gameplay loop really well. It's just like it can be so much better when you offer synergy, and I don't know. It'd be cool to see that like be less up to RNG, because it would be cool. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they would do that. I'm not offering a solution. I have no idea. But yeah, it's just something to like encourage synergy. Like I don't know, you pay some extra roaches to like secure your next perk or something. Not like you don't. Maybe it gives you like a larger pool. Like you get to pick between 5 perks and you can secure it for the next machine thing. That'd be cool, or something. I don't know. To be honest. Honestly, I'd love to see more experimental vendors, because experimental is so cool. And the guy actually, like in his video, he talked about how a lot of the new perks kind of lean into the idea of risk and reward almost, where it's like, okay, for example, what do I think of? The motherly instinct. You give up the ability to squish the grubs for exchange for like the buff you get, or even like you exchange it for like the added complexity of using your inventory and the pocket system to pull out the grub. And I love that. I love that kind of like risk and reward, and you need to really consider your use of perk rather than a simple like flat out I don't know what you call it, buff. Which is like, sometimes those kind of buffs have a place in the game. Like, for example, I don't know, double jump, pulse organ. It's really cool. It's like, I don't want to see them remove that anytime soon, because it's an awesome perk. And it fits really well into this game's movement systems. It's very versatile, and it allows for a lot of player expression and movement, which I think is awesome. But like, it's always cool to see like there's more complex perks that the player needs to think about more. I think especially stamina perks have this problem where they're very much like passive. I think like movement perks have that a little bit, of intrinsic interest, where it's like, okay, you can see like the changes it's making, you can see your movement is progressing. Yeah, even in Velocity Augments, you can definitely see like the difference it's making in your movement, whereas a lot of the stamina perks, like, you can see it, but like at the same time it's very much passive, and it offers a solution to an issue which is already so solvable through the item system, which is very like almost all of the consumables are built around the idea of stamina. So I don't know, I think there's like an overlap there, and yeah, stamina perks especially need something. I feel like they're not bad, I never see myself taking them. Maybe that's just a me thing though. Maybe, I don't know, I don't know, maybe that's just a personal, like, me as a player feel more secure taking movement because I'm impatient or something. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know any solution. Like, it's obviously not an easy problem to solve. And it's like, even, for example, the regenerative pad thing, where it's like, if you're standing, you, like, you know, regain stamina so faster. There was a really big problem with that, where it had to keep getting buffed. Like, it started at 50% faster, then people thought it was shit, so it's 75% faster. People still thought it was shit, because again, it's so passive, people don't really notice. And like, it kind of does the opposite of, again, I talked about like how I like the idea of risk and reward perks. In this case, it didn't really work, because the risk is, you know, standing still, and, you know, waiting for your stamina to regenerate faster. But then it's like, everything about this game is so specifically built around movement, and keeping moving, moving forward, and not letting whatever it is that's chasing you catch up to you. So I think because it conflicted so much with the gameplay loop, it didn't work. Again, I think like the stamina perks, I want to see them there. Like, they're a cool idea, because like stamina is such a big part of this game. They just, I don't know, they need something extra. A bit like how they're kind of advancing on portable bank and, what do you call it? What's it called? Jesus, I forgot the name of the thing. Anomalous bonds. How those, like, I like how they've advanced on those and made them just a little bit more complex, involving different systems like the inventory system, or even like portable bank, how it's like, it has inter-perk, I'm coining that term, inter-perk, like, conflict with profit motive in that. Again, it's that risk and reward, but it's even more complex, because it's like, you need to think about later game, and how your future perks are going to affect that. You know, you can't take profit motive anymore, because it's completely redundant with portable bank. But yeah, I don't know, it's cool. Again, I love those changes in the newest update, they're really cool. Even like, even anomalous bonds, I think that's cooler, just because it's such a layer of complexity in that it's forcing the player to die, but it's like, it's so, I don't know how to describe it, it's so multifaceted, it's so like layered. You need to really approach it from a very planned out point of view. It's a bit like chess. It's like you're planning out your moves like beforehand. It's just cool. I love that kind of shit. That's why I love Doom Eternal so much. It's very different Doom Eternal in that like the chess pieces, you need to like do it in the moment, prioritize enemies, blah 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 blah. But it's you know, it's the same notion and like approach to game design. And we're at Abyss. I know I should like, Translocate is good. Obviously, it's fucking incredible finesse. I just kind of suck at it. I think I've always preferred like the movement centric artifacts, which I guess is all of them arguably, but it's definitely least true for Translocator. Like the blinking is technically movement, but also it's a passive form of movement, in that it's very locked to, you know, where it wants to go. It's not like the player can choose how far it can reach. But obviously we have like, you know, the combat and how it can just kill stuff on the spot. I think it's incredible for Carnal Bloodlust. Again, it's that idea of synergy, which is cool. Also, I love how like the rose stones here, like on the tram. I think it's cool to have it like a permanent and undeniable, no, permanent, a consistent spawn, that's the word. Just to show the player, like, you know, what it does. I think also nest is a good place to introduce it. Although there is a case to be made that, like, the introduction of the artifact at the exact same time can be a bit, like, overwhelming. But it's not, like, a complex item. It's quite self-explanatory, and once you use it once, you're like, ah, okay. And it's, like, obviously it slows down time, so it's, like, the opposite of overwhelming. It gives you time to register what it does. I also like, in a new Profess video, it's like, it reaches further than a normal Vinkai, which I think is awesome. I think they should, like, do more of that, but then again, it's quite buff right now. I guess they wouldn't want to buff it. But I like that, because before I didn't know. I think, well, there's a case being made about the fact I didn't know, but, you know, it's fine. That's cool. I guess it would have been, like, a passive thing that I would have saved my ass a few times and, like, built up positive reinforcement for the artifact, so I guess it's fine. Oh, East one. I'm gonna... Actually, I can't be asked. No, fuck! Oh, okay, I should have. Apparently they're working on, like, reworking the lightning in the new Deadmans for some reason. I don't know why. I never noticed anything wrong with it before. I mean, maybe it was a visual bug that you could see it so far off. Which is fair. But I love the new Haunted Pier. I never get it on video. I don't think I've had it once. It's just... It's really cool. I love, like... Yeah, I know. I love all the tram sections in the new Haunted Pier where you're, like, climbing up the vertical trams. I think that's a really, really cool, like, design idea. And it, like, recontextualizes the trams, how they've been presented here. It's just really cool. Okay. Let's go up here, pop another injector. Hello? And drop that. It's fine. Okay, just fly through Abyss. Anyway, the cool crank section. Whoa. Look at that. Okay, hello, what do we have? Shit, okay. You know what? This is the one good... you know, not one good, like, they're all good in their own right, but, you know, I complain about them. But, like, stamina perks, this is a good one. Like, this is an example of how it's been done really well, because it, like, it plays with the idea of having free hands and, like, stopping climbing. Oh, speak of the devil. I mean... It's like, I would take it, but just because this is, like, the last region, it doesn't seem worth it. Which is fine. I've tried it. No, I haven't actually. I haven't tried it, but, you know, I've seen, like, all the videos, and I know how it works. It's just basically, like, a pseudo-profit motive, but not really, and very different, actually, so I don't know why I'm comparing. But yeah, the muscle relaxants is it's a good example of a, like, stamina perk that's been thought about in terms of being very active. You know, having a free hand, even the action of, like, opening and closing your hand is a thing that's so inherent to this game that it's unique enough to be, like, interesting. So I think that's cool. What do you call it? I wonder if this would be cool. You can't. Holy, please add. I have translocated, so we don't need to worry about blink eyes. Holy fucking granola bars. Actually, my inventory is looking quite healthy. Kind of. The granola bars are kind of insane, but sure, I don't need this many. Shall we get a grappling hook? I'm reticent, just because I don't have flashlight, I don't want to, like, fall down. I wonder if this... Okay, that's cool. I don't know which way I'm looking. Die! Oh, I didn't know it locked on. Okay, that's kind of cool. You know, I also, I saw Holly said somewhere, I actually forgot where, but, you know that elevator section that I just went through? They're planning on adding, like, different sections to that, a bit like Ascent, how they, like, advanced on it, and it's like, you know, you get RNG different sections, a different stylization. I guess it would be harder after you've gone through it a few times, obviously. And I think, I love that kind of shit. I love when this game does that. I think it's awesome. Like, whenever there are new updates, I'm always excited to see if there are new rooms. Because I think, it's so cool. It's so cool to see how, like, they advance on, like, old concepts. It's just, yeah, it's awesome. I love that kind of shit. Did I get metacarpal? I don't even remember getting it. See, like, it was so, like, I didn't even realise I had it. because I'm so used to jumping when I climb. I guess that's me on me, like, you know, I should accommodate for the perk, but at the same time, I've been playing this game for like over a year now. It's too late to like change. Okay. See, like that was a bit bland. Whereas if I had like, I don't know, rapier or something, I could hop off the ground, it would be a lot more dynamic. Again, I feel like I'm shitting on the translocator a lot. I do like it. It's like a cool perk, especially like the design of like killing stuff. I think that's awesome. It's really unique. But you know, I'm a little hater. It's because we have so many like other good, like really well made artifacts. So it's like hard to compare when something's that good. Okay, I was gonna be annoyed if that didn't work. I'm taking ages, by the way. Like, what is going on? Okay, that was cool, to be fair. Maybe I just need to use it more. That was quite cool. Don't crush the grubs in front of her face again, because I've done that once and it was very annoying. I didn't... Hold on. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know she did that. That's... Oh, do you think she's sending them back to the lambda periphery? Because, like, that's kind of like the same effect that's in, What's in there? That's in Roach mode when she sends you home. That's cool. That would be cool if that was the case. What is in here? Why does this exist? I didn't even see this before. Okay, I want to yap about this. This is so sick. This is so cool. I'm not gonna read it. Don't worry. But it's so cool. It's so cool. It's just Holly. Thank you. Like whoever wrote that. Thank you. I don't know. It's Holly. It could be anyone. To be honest. But like, yeah, I don't know. For the fucking nerds, they know their fan base. They honestly, they know their fan base. Like, yes, please give me 2 20-page documents on the lore. It's so cool. It's so cool. I honestly love it. Like, so much. It's so interesting to see how, like, you know, the humans have responded to the peripheries and used them as like scientific advancement. That's very obviously manipulative, and you feel sorry for the mother. Okay, let me just lock in for a bit. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really cool insight that we've never seen before, at least not to that extent. And I love this kind of shit. I love that kind of shit. Like, where you try to explain something supernatural through science. It's just, oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, that was so awesome. I love that so much. I think, like, the one thing I would say about that document thing, if there was anything I could say about it bad, it's that it doesn't do wonders for the pacing, in that I feel like, to be fair, I wouldn't know, but like, as a first time player, it feels like the mother's kind of sending you to like go get the mass, like escape. It's very like, you need to escape, the consumer dude is coming, it's cooked, you know. Like, you know, it's intense, and that's kind of like, that's why the music kind of kicks in Infested Labs. You're going through this combat, it's stressful because you have that like intrinsic like, I need to get out of here. Whereas I feel like the document there, it breaks that pace just a lot, which is like not a terrible thing. It's not really detrimental. It just feels like, yeah, I don't know. I think the one thing I would suggest is like leave that. If like you've beat the nest, you would get that little terminal thing. Maybe that's already the case, to be fair, I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. Again, I wouldn't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe it doesn't do that at all. There is no bazaar. I can't remember the last time I got the bazaar here. I don't think, like, ever, I swear. Hey, at least we get, like, the little, what's it called? Tier 2 box thing. I should say barnacle hook, not grappling hook, shouldn't I? Fucking Spider City, Jesus. Okay, that was really badass. Like, doing it when you're jumping around is super badass. If only we had the gun in the nest, and then we could, like, jump around doing the reloads. I mean, that wouldn't work at all in the pacing of the game, but it would be cool as fuck. Can you imagine that? Like, a combat-centric nest? That would be so cool. I mean, honestly, it's, like, that would be very advanced. But I don't know, maybe it's a challenge map, like, have the same combat loop as in Nest, but it's, like, in Abyss. And you're, like, jumping around and hanging gardens and shit. That would be cool. Like, really cool, actually. That was one of the worst rocket rebar jumps I've ever seen. Ever. In my life. I also love how the barnacle hook can eat the tick roaches. I think that's a really cool, like, counter. I love how all the Denisons have, like, a specific counter or multiple. Obviously it's not like, you know, the barnacle hook wasn't designed with that in mind, but it's an obvious counter that the player can use to, you know, adapt to their environment and the threats, and it's like, whoa, game design. Also, you can, like, really easily skip this with grappling hook, which I love. Grappling hook works so well in the chase sequence. It feels like, yeah, it just makes it that much more dynamic with the physics-based, like, climbing and swinging and shit. It's really cool. Anyway, into our feeding trough. I'm doing well, to be honest. Sometimes I choke, like, really badly in infested labs. I also like in feeding trough how, like, the unstable handholds get a time to shine. Because I think it's cool, because, like, they got their part in, like, Haunted Pier for, like, a bit, but not even that much. Barely in Service Shaft. So it's cool to see them, like, have an integral part in here, and, like, how it, like, mixes with the combat. Like, you need to prioritize. Oh, it's this part that Profuzz died on. Oh, what the hell? Okay, I think I grabbed onto a barnacle tongue. Fuck. See, it just happens. I didn't even realize. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh no. I was talking about the thing that killed me. Wait a minute. Did we not get Anomalous? Why? Oh, I didn't pick up Anomalous. I'm a dum. Okay, and it's just Granola fucking City again. And we don't even get the flare gun. I can't be asked to go to the secret room. It's so over. Maybe the Bazaar will spawn this time. I don't think I've ever got him here. I know he's here, but, like, I speculate if it's, like, an endless thing, but, like, I swear I've seen him, like, on someone else's video. I'm going the shortcut. I don't even care. I can, like, multitask this. There we go. I also find it cool how the barnacle hook is, like, it's advancing on the familiar of the, you know, barnacles, and how it, like, you know, subverts that threat. It's cool. It's cooler than if it was just, like, some Radamar, like, mechanical grappling hook. Yeah, I know, I think it's really cool. Repurposing stuff, whoa. Again, it's, like, the same with the barnacle zombies. And even these guys, I think they're, like, evolved gas bags, which is awesome. I like how Nest evolves on, like, your preconceived notions of this world. And the peripheries, even, like, how we see in, like, the documents, humans are kind of the arseholes, and the peripheries are being subjected to our experiments and shit. To be fair, row periphery doesn't seem that nice. It, like, takes your memories and stuff, I'm pretty sure, which is, like, not nice. So, no, bad. It's funny how, like, you know, we abuse the lambda periphery, which is, like, the nice one, but then, like, the row periphery we make trades with and, like, benefit it. I don't know. It's obviously, I don't know, it might be on purpose, writing choice, but it's a cool way to show, like, humanity is naive in this area. Imagine if I die here. I've died here once. It was, like, the most sad thing ever. I think, like, I didn't have grappling hook. I think I had, in that room specifically, I had remote, and I think I jumped and hit something, and I just fell into the guy's mouth. I wish there was an animation for the hunter. Like, a bit like, teeth. I don't know. I think that would be cool. Like, a small one. Nothing, like, too complex, obviously. But it just feels very abrupt when you, like, fall into its mouth, and it's just like, blah. Even, like, the mass had a little thing where you could fall into it for, like, a little bit, and you could kind of see yourself descending. So it's not so abrupt. But, you know, it's fine. The hunter's still cool. I mean, I was thinking about, my thing. So, like, on a previous video, I said what do you call it? What am I on about? The chase sequence is, like, really cool and, like, incredible. Oh, hello. This is where you all spawn. Fuck me, I can't aim. But, like, my one thing was that you can't, like, the hunter doesn't feel that present in that he's not that much of a threat. And I said, okay, maybe it's because I'm an experienced player in early access. I've had much time to... Why? sometimes blood bugs and these guys are just upside down. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's like they've looked into like, don't do that again, I don't know, bug behavior. But it's really weird. Sure. But I don't know. But yeah, I feel like he wasn't that present, and I didn't feel like I didn't think I saw him once on my first playthrough of Nest. What the fuck? Which was a shame because it would have made the chase sequence that much more intense, which I think would have been cool. But I think it's less his speed. I think it's more the player needs to know it's present. Like you have that with like the screen effects. You kind of see the mass growing, and you can kind of hear it's like rah, 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 making noises and shit, which is like cool. And the mass had that to a similar effect with like the ringing in your ear. I think that worked a lot better though because the mass was always that much closer to you early game because you were quite slow. So you had that like negative association, whereas this thing, you're quite experienced at the game at this point, so you know how to move fast. So you experience that kind of like effect less. And I think it would be cool if it had more of a presence in terms of just audio and visual cues when it's like even remotely close. A bit like Teeth. I think Teeth is an amazing example of that. People are so scared of him because he's a fucking loud motherfucker, and you can hear him like scratching around and shit. So you know, I don't know. I think it would be cool if we had a similar thing because again, it's a chase sequence. You're running, so you don't get much chance to like look around. Whereas with Teeth, you had like you know you were going up, so you could kind of see when he's coming and shit. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you for like listening to this yap. Up until here, I don't think anyone will, but fuck it. If you are, well done. You are a nice person. Oh no, I shouldn't do that just because you watched my video. But whatever. Okay, I thought I'd include the school because some people are nerds about that. Like me. Anyway, bye.